New heat on Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz. The sentencing date now officially set for his ally who was convicted of so many crimes. Joel Greenberg, the former Florida official, faces a judge in March, which is pretty soon. He pled guilty to several charges, including sex trafficking, a minor, stalking, and wire fraud. Now, he's been cooperating with the probe, which includes matters that relate to Gaetz, who was under investigation for some possible crime. He's not been charged. He denies all wrongdoing, and it comes amidst news that his ex-girlfriend, Gaetz' ex-girlfriend, actually faced this very federal grand jury. I'm joined now by civil rights attorney Nancy Erica Smith. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So much of this has centered on the link to this convicted sex offender, Greenberg. It's publicly documented their alliance, which was so serious that Matt Gaetz, rather than just sort of minimizing or lying about it, which has been a political trick of some, he went on local TV and just said, yeah, we were allies, but I take it all back. I'm going to show you just briefly. Take a look at that.
I believe there may have been a time where Greenberg swung by the office, but it certainly didn't have anything to do with any bad acts on my part. When I became aware of some of Greenberg's misdeeds, I deeply regretted my friendship with him. I deeply regret my association with Joel Greenberg, politically, socially, and otherwise.
That's what Gaetz said. Is it possible that he could have exposure, though, from whatever friendship they did share or things they did? And what's your reaction to this new testimony?
Well, this is another Trump ally that's in very serious legal problems. For one thing, Joel Greenberg has to provide substantial help to current probes in order to get any leniency, and he's looking at a minimum of 12 years in prison. He has testified that he has pled guilty to sex trafficking a minor. The minor in issue allegedly is a 17-year-old who Greenberg introduced to Gaetz, one of many young women he apparently introduced to Gaetz from these sugar daddy websites, where you pay these young women in Venmos and claim that it's for school or tuition. And these have been released. We've seen many of these Venmo payments. Now, a young woman who Gaetz met, she was in college, he was in his late 30s. He got her an internship in college and in Congress and began to date her. Now she has testified this week before the grand jury. She's significant because she was on the Bahamas trip, which is a serious allegation that Gaetz and Greenberg went to the Bahamas with this girlfriend who was a congressional intern and several young women, including a 17-year-old. The allegation is that it was a drug-fueled bacchanalia in the Bahamas, and Greenberg has said that both he and Gaetz had sex with the underage young girl, and that he actually saw Gaetz have sex with the underage young girl. So these are very serious allegations. It's a violation of the Mann Act to transport a woman, especially a woman underage, and to give gifts or money in exchange for sex. It's a minimum of 10 years in prison.
Yeah, a serious, as you say, a serious offense there that could overlap with the potential testimony. We have to see what comes out of it. But all very serious stuff. Nancy Erica Smith for the Legal Breakdown. Thank you very much.